T to Tennessee. That's all the talk right now on Titans Twitter, and that's what we're going to talk about here on Titans today. I'm your host, Jay Sanders. We appreciate you hanging out with us because I got to be honest, after Brian Callahan was hired just a couple days ago, well, now guess what? One of his offensive weapons with the Cincinnati Bengals, Tee Higgins, was expected to hit free agency this offseason rather. Well, guess what? He's being heavily linked to the Tennessee Titans for a multitude of reasons. We're going to tell you all about it right here on today's show. But I'm telling you what, if you want Tee Higgins to become a Tennessee Titan, then hit that sub button right now. I'm telling you right now, he has the number 5, so we need 5 subs. So let's go for 50 subs. Why not? If you're here, you're not subscribed, go down there, hit that sub button because I want T just as much as the next guy. He belongs in Tennessee. So go down there, hit that sub button. We're going to cover it all season long on FT signs with the Titans. All right, let's start at this. Tee Higgins makes sense in the Titans organization. Now you ask, Jace, why does he make sense? What about him makes sense with the Tennessee Titans? Well, it's because he's the Tennessee kid. He grew up in Oak Ridge, Tennessee, near Knoxville, and he is one of those guys that just kind of screams Tennessee because he grew up there. He talked about how he was a Titans fan, and he actually won a couple awards from the Titans in that time. But I think going into his NFL career, there's a lot of things that make T a great asset to anybody in the NFL. But I think the biggest thing is his ability to just do a lot of things in a lot of different ways. He's a good route runner. He's speedy. And ultimately, he was a wide receiver 1.5 with the Bengals. He had to deal with Jamar Chase for literally every single year of his career besides his rookie year. Well, if he comes to Tennessee, he would have DeAndre Hopkins for this upcoming year. But then if they sign him to a 4-year deal, the next 3 years, it would be T as wide receiver 1. And his 3-year span, well, they look pretty dang good. Over 1,000 yards in the 2 years that he played. I want to say every single game, but you look in 2021, he didn't play every single game. He only played 14 and still got over 1,000 yards. Last year with Jamar Chase, who had an amazing season, he still had 1,000 yards as wide receiver 1.5. And then this year, only had 12 games, but he made the most of it. 42 receptions, still had 5 touchdowns in a lot less games than what he played in the previous year. And then 656 yards. T overall has just done a lot of good things in his career, and ultimately he has seen success year in and year out. Obviously, the injury bug hit him and a bunch of the Bengals. Plus, you don't have Joe Burrow for a part of your season. That's going to kind of mess with your stats as well. Now, obviously, the Titans got the offensive coordinator, Brian Callahan, and that's where T is with Cincinnati. And T really kind of enjoyed Brian Callahan. They were kind of, I'm going to say, a tag team. They both enjoyed each other, and they were good friends in Cincinnati. And Tee Higgins also grew up a Titans fan. You don't believe me? We got photo proof. He won the Titans Mr. Football Award twice in high school and got that little jersey right there. You see that Higgins 5? Let's just make that again. We already got one made. Come on over, dude. Come on over. I just make so much sense for Tee Higgins to come to Nashville and become a Tennessee Titan. And like I said yesterday, there is a tweet swirling around the internet, and the problem is you can't find the exact tweet because it was so long ago. But in 2015, somebody found it. There was either a Photoshop tweet or something, but it seems pretty clear that Tee Higgins put out there, I'm going to be a Tennessee Titan one day. And then there is an official tweet that somebody found yesterday that's saying, from 2016, saying, hey, Nashville, be ready for me. This guy has been dreaming his entire life of becoming a Tennessee Titan because that's where he grew up. Give him the shot. Let him come over. If you have the offensive weapons of Will Levis matched up with Tajay Spears, Tee Higgins, and DeAndre Hopkins, that's going to be absolutely amazing. I would love that offense, especially with the offensive preset that Brian Callahan is going to have. It's going to create for a very, very fun season. I do have to ask your excitement level. Maybe I'm on an island here. Maybe I'm more excited about Tee Higgins being linked to the Titans than anybody else. So I want you to see if my excitement is warranted or maybe if there's something else that I have that maybe other people don't see. So how excited would you be if the Tennessee Titans were to sign Tee Higgins in this 2024 offseason on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being least excited, 10 being most excited? I'm going to break the scale here. I'm going for 100 because I've always liked Tee Higgins. To see him back at home in Tennessee, that would just be almost like a dream come true for him and for hopefully a lot of Titans fans. Let me know, scale of 1 to 10, what's your excitement level on if the Titans sign Tee Higgins? All right, let's talk money because that is a part of the NFL. It's a business. And here's the good news. The Titans have a ton of free cap space going into 2024, including $68 million. Now, if you look at T Higgins' projection right now on his market value, he's projected to be around $18.6 million per year. Now, in terms of money, that's going to be around a 4-year, $70+ million contract. That's what he has kind of alluded to that he's looking for. He also could stay with the Bengals. The odds of him being franchise tagged by the Bengals are insanely low, so I don't expect that. But I do know Cincinnati does like T, and they want to keep him around. But are they going to be willing to pay $18.6 million when they already are paying a lot of money to their quarterback who didn't even play a lot of games this year, Joe Burrow? They're already going to have to pay Jamar Chase, who has already said he wants a bag. He's up for extension talk this year. There's just kind of a lot of things where I just don't know if the Bengals are going to be able to spend that amount of money on T. Higgins when they have other weapons they need to prioritize. So, guess what? The Bengals, they can't pay him. The Titans, hey, bud, we got a lot of money, and I guarantee you Ran Carthon is willing to spend it on you. Speaking of Ran Carthon, news broke this morning about a shakeup in the Titans front office as he got a promotion. We're going to talk all about that and everything you need to know about the promotion and the shakeup in the Titans front office coming up right here. But if you're looking to get tickets from the best app, guess go get it on GameTime. And here's the cool thing. If you're looking to go to the big game, we've got a special code where you can get $100 off by using code Vegas100. And I'm telling you, there is a lot of things you can do with the $100 in Vegas. I'm already thinking of a bunch of ways I could do it right now. Now, GameTime, they have tickets to not just sports. They've got music, they've got comedy, and they've got theater events all in your area or wherever you may be. They have killer last-minute ticket deals, and plus, you can see your seat right away through the app. Their app is super user-friendly. I've used it pretty much every weekend, to be honest. I'm going to a lot of sporting events right now, college basketball. You got Vanderbilt, you got the Preds, and plus a concert coming up all in Nashville. You can go check it out. The Preds also are playing pretty nice right now, so go check them out if you're in the Nashville area. And you can use code TitansChat as well to get $20 off your first purchase. But like I said, if you're going to the big game this upcoming 2 weeks, use code Vegas100. That's $100 off. You're not going to get a deal like that anywhere else. Come on, go check out GameTime, and I'm telling you, it's really, really, really simple. Now, terms do apply, but just download the GameTime app and use that code Vegas100 for $100 off the big game ticket. Or if you're not going there, you can also use code TitansChat for $20 off your first purchase. Download GameTime today. Last-minute tickets at the lowest price guarantee. Let's talk about this promotion that we got here from Mr. Ran Carthon. The Titans officially announced the hire of Brian Callahan today, and they restructured their front office. Ran Carthon is now Executive Vice President / GM, so he is still the General Manager of the Titans, along with Chad Brinker being promoted to President of Football Operations, which kind of a move that we'll kind of have to wait and see what is all about that. But the big news, Ran Carthon being promoted to Executive VP. This guy is a first-year GM here. And Amy Adams Strunk really liked him, and she even said that when they asked her about this promotion, saying this today, saying, over the past year, Ran has impressed me and our staff with his innovation approach to roster building. Ran's exceptional reputation around the league as a talent evaluator and culture builder was a clear competitive advantage during last year's free agency and draft process, as well as our recent search for a head coach. Simply put, Ran Carthon makes the Tennessee Titans a destination for the league's top talent. By expanding his role to include full roster control and oversight of the coaching staff, our organization will now benefit more completely from Ran's unique ability to build and lead a championship-caliber football team. Good for Ran Carthon. Let's look at his career path here. He started out with the Rams back in 2012 as a director of player personnel. Then he proceeded to spend some time with the Niners as a pro personnel and player personnel from 2017 to 2022. And his development there on a lot of different ways, making the 49ers what they are today, is the reason he got the Titans general manager job in 2023. Obviously now the executive vice president for the Titans. But I think we have to talk about his resume along with this. So this past offseason, he was a big key in bringing DeAndre Hopkins to Tennessee in 2023. He also put together an exceptional 2023 draft class with Will Levis, Tajay Spears, who weren't first-round picks, by the way, and then also scoring on a nice tackle in Peter Skoronski. He also, just like you saw in that quote, was a huge process and a key member in the hire of Brian Callahan. I will say this, and this may upset people, this may not. I like Grant Carthon. I'm not going to sit here and say I don't. I think he has done some amazing things, and he has made a lot of incredible improvements from year one, literally the past year. He's taken over. He's done really, really great. The thing that I can't exactly wrap my head around just yet is I feel like he's getting a lot of credit for nothing yet. The Titans had one of their worst years in the past 6 this past year, and they blamed it all on Mike Vrabel, which, is fair. He's been here for 6 years. He couldn't get him going, whatever. Ryan Carthon's a first-year GM. You got to give him time to get this roster, and what he did helped the team. But there hasn't been any improvement. There wasn't like he came in and immediately the Titans won the AFC South. That didn't happen. I think he's a good guy, and I expect a lot of things of him. But I'm just a little confused as to if this is going to be the right move in the long run. I hope it is. I think it is. But that's a lot of pressure to now put on a guy that's been here for 1 year, and in that 1 year, you had one of your worst years in the past decade. It's a little confusing to me, but I trust Rand Carthon, and I trust Amy Adams Strunk, because what I've seen from them is they care about the Titans organization, and they want to have him around, and want to make this team, like they said, a destination for top-tier talent like T Higgins. I do want to ask, though, we've talked a lot about Rand. If you've followed the channel, if you've followed the Titans, you understand what he's done in 1 year. Do you trust him now that he's done with that 1 year? I want you to type Y for yes if you do trust Rand Carthon, or type N for no. I'm kind of curious to see what the Titans fan base has here, because I know a lot of people like Rand, and I'm kind of seeing, do you trust him? Y for yes, N for no. Here's what I'll say. It's a big offseason for him in a lot of different ways. Not only did you have to hire a coach, which I think was a good start. I think Brian Callahan was the right hire out of the ones you had interviewed. I kind of liked Ben Johnson, but if Brian Callahan was the guy you wanted, why not take him right now when Johnson obviously was going to be interviewed by a ton of different teams? You don't want Callahan to slip by the wayside. I expect that. I like that. Now you have to build this team. You have $86 million in cap space. You have the number 7 pick in the draft. You have to make this team competitive next year in a way, because ultimately there's this. Obviously, you are the 7th pick of the draft, so expectations next year are going to be low, or at least they should be. But because of the Brian Callahan hire, because of the talk of Tee Higgins, because of having the number 7 overall pick and Will Levis kind of breaking out in the late part of the season, having DeAndre Hopkins, knowing Tajay Spears is good, there is a lot of excitement growing in the Titans fan base, which means it's more pressure to play up to those expectations in 2024. Can they do it? I think so. But it's also an AFC South that is loaded with quarterbacks like C.J. Stroud, Trevor Lawrence. Anthony Richardson is going to come back next year. What is he going to do? I like what I've seen, but we need to continue this, and the hype is going to get bigger and bigger, especially if you do sign Tee Higgins. If that number 7 overall pick is Olu Fashanu, is Joel. If you're in your second round, you get another wide receiver. If you get another running back, whatever you do, hype is going to continue if you do the right things, which means the expectations are going to be raised. I think they can do it. We're just going to have to wait and see. I appreciate you for sitting around here. Let me talk Titans with you, and ultimately, it's fun to talk right now with offseason. A lot of fun things happening. Like I said, expectations are rising, and I'm here for it. Hit that subscribe button, youtube.com/Titans today, or scroll down. Little red button says subscribe. Click it. It'll turn gray. I'd certainly appreciate it, but as always, Titans fans, tighten up and peace out.